facing quarterback like Bowden is what it's like to spy him? Like, is there, you know, the amount of time it takes before you go after him? Is there a move he makes? Kind of what goes through a process when you're spying your quarterback?
As a QB spy, you just got to keep your eyes on him. You know, he breaks the pocket, you go get him. Lynn Bowden he's extremely elusive, real fast, and he can throw the ball too. So, you know, people in coverage stay in coverage until he breaks the line, and the QB spy do his job.
So you don't have like a clock in your head. You're just kind of watching him, see what he does, trying to mirror what
yeah, yeah. You just gotta because if you choose one side, he's gonna run to the other. So you gotta wait till he starts to make a move, then you go.
In terms of the injuries that this team has dealt with, are there any difficulties with that, I guess, in terms of a confidence morale standpoint when you see a teammate of yours kind of struggling to get back on the field? Does that kind of affect those who play at all?
Well, football is 100% injury, so, it happens as part of the game. That's what comes with it. But, we just, Mr. Ron and his staff, get to whoever, the rehab they need to get them back as quick as possible.
And then, so let's say when you went through your injuries or when somebody goes through their injuries, what kind of goes through your head in the first moment?
I was like, dang, I just broke my foot. So I knew something was wrong with it because, it was hurting before that, but then once I broke it, it started hurting way worse, and I knew something was wrong. I didn't know exactly that I broke my foot, but I had a feeling that's what it was.
Okay.
This been one of those weeks where y'all wish y'all could have gotten back on the field the very next day, or has it been good to kind of get this week to kind of go over again, kind of what went wrong and then progress? Kind of how was it for you personally?
Yeah, it's been fun to get back to practice and get back to work and get better.
And then, in terms of for you guys as a defense, how do all the goals that y'all have set, how does that help you guys kind of bounce back and keep going throughout the year?
Well, because that's the standard we want to play to, and it never changes no matter where we're playing. Arkansas State, South Carolina, Notre Dame, it doesn't matter.
So in terms of the goals, what might some of those be? I know Kirby was saying some of them are lofty, some of them you might not meet, but some of them are also some y'all hope to meet every week.
One we got, hold the opponent 13 points or less. Or, holding them to 3.2 yards a rush, average 4.5 something on passing downs, and I forget the other ones. I have to look, but yeah.
Okay.
Oh yeah, obviously win the game. That's it.
Yeah.
Havoc rates 20% goal. How do pressures fit in that?
Pressures, is the havoc rate is based off. So let's say the offense has 50 plays. 20% of those 50 plays, we want to, cause negative plays, whether that's interception, sack, forced fumble, tackle for loss, any of those.
It seems like if you figure in pressures, there's been a lot of near misses for you all. Have you all talked about that? Do you agree that there's been a lot of plays that have affected the play, even if it may not show up specifically in havoc rate?
Yeah, There's been a bunch of those examples, for when the 7 came in for South Carolina. Obviously he could scramble more than the other. There's a couple times we didn't finish on him where, he got yardage, even though we stopped him and got him the 4th down. It kind of flipped the field position for the offense.
Is that a concern? Because if you get, that's about 10, you may get off the field, but they get 5-10 more yards that the offense has to get on the other end.
Yeah, it's tough for offense to go 90 yards because that means 14, 15 plays down the field. They got to be, execute. That's hard to do in this league.
What's your goal for how many takeaways as a defense you're supposed to have each week?
We want 3 or more a game.
3 or more?
3 or more a game.
Okay.
Are there, if y'all don't meet the goal, are there consequences or anything, or is it just we got to do better?
We got to do better. We got to get back to work. Consequences, I would say this week we lost, so
yeah. Okay.
That's about it.
Do you think another night game is going to bring more juice to that stadium than that noon kickoff?
For me, it don't matter what time we play. It is what it is. Whether we have to play at 8 o'clock, you got to come ready to play.